Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast. Already dreading heading to Cleveland next year for the National. That's not Kai. I'm bringing a gas mask next year. Dude, welcome back from the National. Apparently, Kai is still there. So we replaced him for today. We have Joey, Cubs Collector 22, someone who I've known. Oh my God, we were talking about this before the podcast, like 6 or 7 years. You actually are one of the OGs of Instagram, at least in the trading card world, just as long as I am. So, Joey, how the hell are you doing?
I'm good. You said Kai's still in Chicago? Is he like hanging out with Joku for like teardown?
No, he's not actually in Chicago. He, as far as I know, is in Florida. Oh, sorry, Kai. He's in Florida. Terrible start. His back window broke, so he had to like rent a car, go to somewhere else in Florida, Tallahassee or whatever the other places in Florida are, 5 hours away. Left his car. Now he's driving back right now. He's having a shitty time. Kai had a really rough time getting to the National, both driving and then flying in, which I can agree with on the flying part because I was delayed 24 hours getting in.
It was so actually I messed up on the way out too because I misread what time my flight departed. So
Okay.
I was hanging out at the Motel 6 Sunday night. They just gave
Instead
me a new
of going
ticket.
home?
Yeah, because I thought my flight left at 8:54. No, I mean I thought it boarded at 8:54. It left at 8:54. I get to there at like 8:35 and they're like, "Dude, the plane's already left the terminal."
Wait, the most shocking thing about that is that you flew. Because as far as I know, where do you live, Joey? You're somewhere in the Midwest, right?
I'm in Kansas.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are used to
Yeah.
driving everywhere.
Not
I've had
really.
conversations with you where it's like, oh, it's only a 6-hour drive. I'm like, what? That sounds awful.
No, I used to do that, and now I'm like, man, I'm running so much money through this. I'm not trying to save $200.
You've grown up. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm old now.
yeah, you're a ripe old 20 years old. Meanwhile, I guess I'm
Yeah.
ancient at 26, soon to be 27. So Kai is missing the National Post Talk. We'll have him on at some point. He's my co-host. He'll be back on. We'll discuss it. I really just wanted someone else to be on for today's episode because this is such an incredible experience. I love the National. This is my third one in a row being a vendor at, I think it's 4 or 5 overall that I've gone to. Time is very weird and it's hard to keep track of stuff. It could even be 6. I'm not really sure. But
six nationals. I was thinking I'm at 6 in a row right now.
You're at 6 in a row. Jeez, well,
I've got the streak.
Crazy.
You know what's funny? My first card show ever was a national.
Was it the one in Cleveland or was it the one in Chicago?
It was the 17 Chicago one because I was in Chicago with I was hanging out with an old family friend. We call her Grandma. But
nice.
So I was like, I told my mom, because I'm like, what am I, 14 or 15? And I tell her, there's a trading card show and I collect cards. We should go. I didn't even realize like how big of a deal this show, because it at that point it was like the National was 8 times bigger than the next biggest show that existed. So I just went to that show. I thought I was balling. I was in that huge room. I'm a little kid, and I had like whopping $300.
So you're doing trade-up challenges before it was cool, though, is what you're telling me.
No, I was chasing Chris Bryant BGS 9.5 first Bowman Chrome cards.
To be fair, though, back in the day in Chicago, listen, that might have been like $100, which was a lot of money back then. Maybe a little bit more, but
no, actually, the base. I saw them. They're like $25, and I thought that was really. Now they're like $5 cards or nothing. But
are they really
like
that?
And you know what I bought? I also bought that Dansby that I sold you the next.
Yeah, we were having this conversation before too. So Joey and I've known each other forever. Probably the first deals on Instagram was probably selling something to you or buying something off you. It's so weird dude, we have become the old guard, quote unquote, on Instagram. And you're 20, I'm 26. Like, we're not old, but when you look at this hobby, especially in the online space, more specifically Instagram, yeah, we are well before the COVID times when everyone got online. And I've seen a lot of bullshit, and I've seen a lot of characters come and go, and a lot of them are not missed. Some of them are, but the people who truly love the sports cards have continued to be online and be in this environment. And a lot of them were in Chicago for the National. What a segue for that. This was an incredible show. I really think you'll find 99.8% of people who attended the National had a phenomenal time. It was great. Like I loved it. I did write down some notes about it. I'm not going to tell you that it's all sunshine and rainbows and happiness because there obviously are things that were good, bad, and ugly. I do want to start with the positives though. And the number one thing, at least for me, and this is someone who's setting up, Joey, obviously you were more walking the show, that's more of your speed. It was a massive financial success. And I think that anyone who's not going to say that off the top is probably lying to you. It was financially a great time to be there. A lot of people were willing to spend money that, frankly, they weren't willing to 3 or 6 months ago.
I heard a record attendance this time, but it didn't. I saw record attendance. I thought that it broke an attendance record from 2021. 2021
No,
didn't break an attendance record. It was 1992.
correct. So the 2021 show that was in Chicago was the second most in terms of attendance. It was about 100,000. Now, I read about this before the podcast. The most popular one up until the National in 2023 was 1983, 1993 in Anaheim. It broke 100,000 people 30 years ago, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens and how that blip is there. Maybe it's just the right place, right time. I don't know. Absolutely insane. The National this year broke that record. I had conversations with sources that said that Saturday was 50,000 people expected because they had sold 30,000 general admission tickets. And you could tell because one negative, which everyone has said, was the lack of AC and the just fucking terrible smells that were in every hotel, every venue. Like, that's inescapable, but we are the grossest fucking hobby ever, I guess. Because even Comic-Con, people will generally like bathe, and we just, I guess, don't. It was bad.
I was sweating so badly. Like that section that you were in, so bad. That fan saved you from like passing out, I bet.
Yes, so Andy, par for the course cards. One of my, honestly, dude, Andy's phenomenal. He's such a great guy. I got my showcase space through him, and he lives in the area. He's about 20 minutes away, give or take, from the convention center. He had bought, after the first day, portable fans for like $25 on Amazon. And not only was it a portable fan that you could plug in like to a portable charger, it had a light on it. This thing was the fucking greatest thing in the world. I really wanted to take it home and like leave it as like a little trophy, but it would not have fit in my bag. And if TSA had said, "Hey man, why do you have a fan in your bag?" I'm like, well, listen, let me give you a story. Didn't take it home, really wanted to. I might buy a new one. It was the greatest thing ever. It was my favorite pickup of the entire show. And yeah, it really did keep me alive because and I'll give a visual I don't have visual representation. I have a story. So my location, if you walked in from the Starbucks, if you've been to the convention center, you know where the Starbucks is. If you walk in straight, you're in Breakers Pavilion. If you go straight through that, you would see PC sports cards and a couple other just random high-end dealers and some random not high-end dealers in that area. And I'd be about 30 feet away from them if you went to the left. It's unfortunate that one of the negatives about the National this year was it was fucking confusing. The layout was not that good. I didn't walk past Beckett or Alt's booth for 5 days. I didn't realize it was basically another show past that area. And there was PWCC over there. There were some of our friends. There were high-end dealers just in the fucking Narnia. It's like, what is going on here? And I understand why they sold that space and why they have so much additional room because the show continues to grow. But it was laid out so poorly. There was no clear direction on booth number or location or like, hey, what's the point of this? So what I would like to see moving forward is when vendors felt forms, Because guess what, Joey? I don't know if you know this or not. They are cutting vendor space 20% next year for Cleveland, and they're not letting people sublet space. They don't want to
Well,
do
like
it.
I think they literally do not have enough space, right, for like
Right.
the 20%. Yeah, the
Right.
IX Center is not quite as large. But I heard the subletting, but I heard a little something different. So at the dinner that we had at Gibson's with a lot
Yep.
of the Solturli people, uh, someone was saying, I forget who it was, but so I think it might have been Coleman.
Okay.
He said that the the subletting space, they told the dealers this year.
Yep.
Um, that they wouldn't let that happen. And then after they realized like what percentage of their like vendors were actually subletting space, because not like most people, like me and you, we can't fill 15 showcases, I don't
Dude,
think.
most people, 99% of people can't fill 15 showcases.
Yeah, so they backed off on it.
I
They
hope that's
basically
true.
like so that they said it initially, and that's the reason I heard also why, you know how a lot of the time before the national people will say like buying showcase space, paying $1,000, paying $500.
More.
Didn't
More.
happen. Yeah, it was 2000 this year,
It
but
was.
not nearly as many people were doing that, because they heard that the national, they kind of had like a saying it without saying it. They said like you can sublet your space, but just don't be blasting it out. Like don't be broadcasting the information.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's true. I understand that, like, listen, the National is going to make their money anyway off vendors, and, like, that's honestly, if they have the space, they should be able to do whatever they want with it within reason, of course. The 20% cut next year due to location is going to be really interesting. If they are going to let subletting happen, I mean, regardless, it's going to happen, whether or not, like, they want to or care. I'm just telling what I heard. I'm happy you heard something differently. Because, yeah, you would basically cripple an entire generation of sellers and buyers who want to be at the show. Because guess what, Joey? You and I, as young individuals who are entrepreneurs who want to be in the space, would be unable to ever have showcases in our name at the National because of the 65-year-old man who's had space for 40 years, who is level 40 priority. I think it goes up to level 40, something absurd.
40?
I think
I
so.
heard someone was like 6, and they were like, "That's actually pretty high." There's someone at 4. Maybe it's actually how many years you've done it. So 6 years
What,
doing it, that's a lot. But
whatever it's
40,
going to
that's
be,
like the max.
the information is hearsay is not the right word. It's secondhand, so I can't
Mhm.
confirm nor deny the information. I can only say what I've heard on that. It's a fucking joke regardless, because they're not going to have people like us able to actually have space in our name, and the only way we'd ever own the national space is through subletting. Hopefully that continues, because frankly you would choke out so much of the hobby not letting them sublet. And honestly, dude, I would go into the show on Tuesday and buy someone out of their showcase for $3,000 and not even worry about it.
The cheapest case you find, just say, "Hey, how much to buy everything?" and I'll take the case.
Yep.
Like you don't even care. Like if you have to spend $3,000 on like $2,500 worth of like $50 cards, you really don't even like. You auction them, you get back like most of your money, and you end up paying like 1,500 for the case. Like
Dude, if I have to
like yeah,
do that next year, I'm fully willing and able
yeah.
to.
I probably should try that too.
I already booked my hotel room for Cleveland. I have a fully refundable room, but I booked it now just in case.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, and I should do that too, because I have a thing for doing things at the last second, like going to the airport.
I don't want to, dude. I don't want to risk that at all. Like, I'm the complete opposite. Speaking of booking hotel rooms, so last year when I came home from AC, I booked Lowe's right away, like the day after. I told a lot of people in Soul too early, "Hey guys, I can book Lowe's. Here's the link. I would do it too if I were you." And a lot of them listened. I'm happy they did. Because I was delayed 24 hours going into Chicago due to mechanical issues and then weather. It was storming here in New Jersey. Lowe's said I no called, no show, and gave away my hotel room.
Ooh.
I called them. I had proof that I called, and
Ooh.
I fucking yelled at them about it. I was like, "Yo, this is not happening right now. Go fix this," and they did. I was pissed. I would have not had a hotel room.
And so that they fixed it for you, right?
Yeah, they did, but like they said, I no
Thank God.
called, no show. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I fucking called you.
Yeah,
Here's
like
my
here's the
$300
log,
flights.
dude. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's like that would have been like really
It would have
like
been a
you
I was
there would have
annoyed
been
that I
bad
missed the
things.
24 hours. Like, it was Tuesday. It is what it is. Like, it would have been
Yeah.
fine, honestly. Whether you can't help mechanical issues is, well, listen, I'd rather them find it out now than
Yeah, then I have it in the
45
air.
in
Like,
the air. Yeah, that's scary.
yeah,
The hotel thing, I was pissed. I'm like, guys, I did
yeah,
everything.
that's just totally their fault. Like,
That was
it's
not cool, but happily that was resolved. And then Lowe's,
that face.
oh man, Lowe's is a good, bad, and ugly mix in and of itself. It probably is the best hotel to be in. Maybe the Hyatt is second best. The Lowe's has the nicest
Regency's great.
rooms. Regency's is really nice. The Lowe's has the
Yeah.
best rooms. It also is the most common area for trade night. Speaking of trade night, on Thursday, the day before the cops came, spoiler for a future story, it's like 12:30 at night. We're all just hanging out. Like 20 of us, 30 of us, maybe even more. Like we're either sitting at the tables or we're negotiating deals or whatever it's going to be. Some random guy, some random dude goes, excuse me, everyone. We all just fucking look at him like, oh, okay. Like either like he's going to get into a fight or something's going on here. Like, this is very weird. He's like, excuse me, guys. On the count of 3, can we all say the hobby's alive? And I don't know if I was the first asshole or someone else to scream back no at him, but I joined in right after. Either I was the first asshole to say no or second. We all just yelled no at him, and he still counted down from 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1, whatever. His fucking girlfriend or like some girls like just like taking a video of them, and like some like 3 or 4 kids go like the hobby's alive, and I've never been more embarrassed.
Secondhand embarrassment.
It was really bad. Thankfully, a lot of people were there, so they can corroborate that story. Words are hard. Anyway, It was really embarrassing. I felt bad for the guy, but also it's fucking cringy, and you did it yourself. Trade nights were interesting. They really were. They smelled like a nuke going off, a dirty bomb, literally a dirty bomb. To the point where, dude, apparently there's a wedding going on like Friday, and they kicked everyone out of the hotel and they called the cops. And honestly, I am 100% okay with that. We're fucking disgusting. We're gross. We're being a fire hazard. And someone is having a wedding and you're causing this shit to be in the hallway. You're making a mess and you're not even staying here. Get the fuck out of my hotel.
Yeah, so I was out there. So it was rain. It got started pouring like 15 or 20 minutes after that. And the Ubers to get back to your hotel were like $60. So a ton of people were just stuck there.
Wow, I didn't know that.
100 people simultaneously needed an Uber in a span of 2 minutes. And a lot of people couldn't even get it for $60.
I went to bed. I said, fuck this shit. I heard the thunder going off. I heard the rain. I'm like, oh, it's not my problem.
But yeah, I actually just ended up hanging out, and then I went back in. Like
when
there was like, they didn't care because they didn't care that there was trading going on. They cared how many people were trading. So by the time I went back in, there was, just that like front section.
Yeah.
Just like 70% of those chairs were full, and that's about it. And no other
basically
people
who
spilling out on the
waited out
side.
the cops. That's so funny.
Yeah, pretty much.
Listen, trade nights are interesting because as a vendor, as a dealer, how much do I want to push? I have friends who were setting up and they were at trade night till 2 or 3 or even 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to do that. Like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like an older soul at 26 and soon to be 27. I'm like, I don't fucking want to bother. Like, I made my money. I'm happy. Like, I don't want to risk shit getting stolen. I want to be able to fucking think tomorrow. I need to be on my A game. This is a marathon. Like, I don't want to do this. So I think the latest I was out of trade nights, either Lowe's unofficially or I didn't even go to Ryan's trade night because I figured that it would be.
It was crazy busy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just hung out outside the room the whole time. You couldn't even get in.
That's the issue. Like, I remember the same thing happening in AC last year was the line was out the door. What's the point? Like, something has gotten too big for. Once again, this is not a slight at Ryan or Jimmy. I think was sponsoring it too. This is actually a great thing, by the way. Your event is so successful, it is no longer worth attending, quote unquote, for people because it's too large. That is a compliment. I am not saying that as an insult, but it has grown too much for it to be a viable option, at least as it currently stands, in my
Like
opinion.
I was thinking it's kind of crazy. In 2018, he held it in a little conference room in a hotel, and now in 2023, it's in the same venue as the freaking show.
And it's still
Yeah, that's
out the
wild.
door.
Uh-huh.
It's
That's so
crazy.
crazy to
Like
me. That's
it
crazy
is.
growth.
It is the highest level of praise that your thing is so successful. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, and to your point of the trade nights, like staying late, like you as a dealer, your opportunity is at the show. You get
correct.
walk-ups, you have people looking at your stuff constantly. Versus at the trade night, there's a few. Most of those people are, just normal people. You're just though they're gonna see your stuff at the show anyway. But at the show, those people plus more people can see your stuff. So yeah, if I was a dealer, I'm going to bed at 11 or 12 on a lot of nights. But for me as someone walking around the show itself, like the dealers. So I was thinking I think I spent about 35 to 40 hours doing cards this week at the show in Rosemont. And um 2/3 of that was on the show floor. I spent about 25 hours on the show floor.
It's
And
so crazy.
yeah, in that about 2/3 of the time, the deals that I made on the show floor were worth about 1/3 of the deals that I made overall. So 2/3 of the deals were made at trade night in 1/3 of the total time, if not even a little more lopsided. So for me, it was worth staying up. I'd stay up till 4 in the morning every day and get to the show at 11. Because I'll make that hour for hour trade when I'm getting that type of exchange where it's like I think that's like if you consider like the number of dollars you're transacting per hour, it was like quadruple at
Thousands.
trade night. So
Yeah,
like yeah,
but that's
so
the
I would just do
appeal.
that.
So that's exactly the appeal and why people stay out, either because they're drinking or smoking or they have like lower lower mental capacity. I don't think I had to drink this entire trip because I
You
needed to
didn't?
be on my A game. Like I like to drink. I don't smoke. I'll drink socially, but I need to always be on my A game because the second you show any sign of weakness, quote unquote, people take advantage of that, which is not a fucking good thing, by the way. But I'm gonna just call it out. So I
Hmm.
always had to maintain that 100% sharpness because anything else below that, people will take advantage of. My
Yeah,
fiance
these
who came
people
with
are all
me.
whales.
We no, we're all fucking sharks. And we're trying to eat one another.
Hmm.
Um, and my fiance who came with me, by the way, honestly, the fucking MVP, that old like 2014 meme. She like went and got coffee and food and water and like healthy snacks. And like I was able to focus basically entirely on the financial side of things, and she was able to handle the sustenance and food and the
Hmm.
important shit because I was not able to turn my brain off to that. So just incredibly lucky to have that happen. I recommend everyone bringing a significant other or someone you actually 100% trust with you to shows. It just makes your life so much easier. One other weird thing to know, and this is probably I might be one of the lowest total amounts of cards bought. I bought 5 or 6 cards this entire show. Everything else I acquired, I sold or traded for.
So cars that you paid fully in cash, 5 or 6 things.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
exactly.
Wow.
Everything
Uh,
else I
I had
acquired,
to be way
I
more than
traded.
that. So like, oh, this box is all my pickups.
Oh
It
my
just happens to
god.
fit exactly in one box. And a lot of these were bought. Actually, most of them were bought. I probably bought uh 80 things, something like that.
That's so I actually have to go buying soon. One thing, and Joey, I'm not sure if you know this. I'm not sure if anyone has ever caught up on this. Whenever I do a deal, I never add cash. I only will add cash basically if I'm buying it only. If I'm buying a card outright, I'll just buy it. If I'm doing a trade with someone, I will always get cash out of them.
Yeah.
I'd really never add cash.
When you told me that while we were making our deal, because we made a deal there, it was like the Montana signed rookie, which I think you moved, right?
Yeah, I
Like a
did.
day later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the when we were making that deal, you told me that, and I was like, really? And I thought back, and I'm like, yeah, I added cash to that one, and that one, and that one. Hey, shoot, he's right.
I
Like,
I
he's
never
never
add
added
cash.
cash.
I
Uh-huh.
don't
Which
want to.
I'm fine with. I think that's an interesting strategy. Like personally, I kind of I don't care as much which way the cash is going. I almost prefer it to be going out
Good.
because
That's why you're
I
gonna keep
know
moving
I
deals.
can. Yeah, because like I want it to go out and you want it to come in. Because I know like a lot of like liquid stuff. Like I got like a Kobe PSA 10 rookie for me. Like all that's like it's so liquid. Like I'm just
Well,
gonna take that and sell it on eBay.
but that's the thing. I will give you the most cash adjacent cards ever if I get my value and cash out of it. Like it makes
Yeah.
my risk so much lower. And honestly, the main card I bought at the show was from Shia. I bought a 99 Michael Jordan Ultimate Collections Moments, like where they did like the set of him and it's like number to 50 and like all the different pictures. I bought that all for cash, and I broke it down into like 80% trade, 20% cash, and the main pickup that came home is the Tatum Flawless RPA, which is a gorgeous. This is a
That's really
gorgeous
nice.
card.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the Celtics. People who've watched the podcast see I make bad takes about the Celtics, but it's a gorgeous card. Someone's gonna want it. And the profit I made from the show might sound lower than you would expect, but I got all cash. So when I go and buy from the resulting of the show is when the profit actually will hit.
Yeah, it's all free. Like
Yeah,
everything you're buying from that. Yeah. So yeah,
Which
so
is
it's
crazy.
like I don't know, maybe it's like a few weeks worth of buying is just all free or whatever. Like I don't know, whatever.
And then
it
one
is.
flip from
So,
that
like,
over the price I expect.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a major difference.
Another 50%. Like
with Burbank so close. Burbank is 3 weeks away. By the way, we're having EJ on next week for the podcast. I fucking love EJ. He is it'll be a second time on. He'll be talking about the show more specifically then. I'm so excited to have him on. That is going to be the second best show all year. This next Burbank show is going to be fucking incredible.
I heard someone tell me that their attendance is supposed to be like deep in the 5 figures. Is that true?
I mean, I can't confirm that. I don't know. I wonder if EJ.
How big is the room?
It's pretty big. It's the Anaheim Convention Center. It's 2 floors.
Is it bigger than the Dallas room?
I don't know those questions. I don't know the answer right now. I can't.
Similar. It's like not. It's not like blowing it out of the. Nothing's blowing anything out of the water. You
well,
don't think?
What I would note is that the room is, and this could have changed. So take this with a grain of salt. Anyone who listens or watches this, tune in next week. We'll know more for sure. From the conversations that we had, it sounds like the first floor is Pokemon, TCG, and the corporate sponsors, and the second floor is all sports cards. That's what I understand it's going to be like. Which is awesome. That's incredible. You know very clearly, hey, this is X and this is Y. I am more interested in Y. Let me go here. But if I want X, I go here. Organizing and formatting your show in that way, honest to God, really easy. I think shows in general should have like a little leaflet, pamphlet thing. Like, hey, if you're an X, Y, or Z, please mark it. Give us a brief description. And we'll make sure that like-minded and like-budget individuals are surrounded by like-minded and like-budgeted individuals. And you give priority to those who are either repeat vendors, people who have the best quality or quantity, or, just friends of the show, whatever happens. But hey, at least if you organize it better, you may not have someone with $5 Pokemon cards set up next to someone with literally millions of dollars. Might be kind of better.
Yeah, no, that's, yeah. Honestly, I've never thought of that, but if they like broke the show down into like, not like hard break, but like a loose break where it's
interpretation
like,
of what someone has.
Yeah, like the first 2 rows is like people who check that they mainly transact cards worth less than $250. The second section is people that check the box that they mainly transact cards between $250 and $2,500, and the third area is people that say they routinely transact cards worth $2,500 or more, something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, you want to go form a show somewhere? Like
something like
that. Almost like that would kind of work. It's just worth noting. Also, one thing in general to know for shows, and I've said this a lot. If you're a dealer and your shit's not priced, I'm not gonna fucking want to deal with you. I don't want to ask you 5 different times, what's that worth? What's that worth? What's that worth? Your price is fucking high here. Screw off. That price is too high too. I don't want to talk to you. just price your shit. If you're gonna be overpriced, just save us the hassle. There were so many cards I saw that I'm like, that's cool, but I don't want to talk to them. Just price it. Just own it.
I
Like
know.
you bought
Yeah.
it in 2020 and you got fucked. I get it.
Yep.
Just make it known.
Like with those people, what I do a lot of time, if they have a lot of cards that I might like, I ask for two prices, and if they're both high, I leave. That's basically
That's
what I
actually
do.
kind of
I'll
smart
ask for
too.
two
Is
cards.
stuff you
So
know as well,
yeah,
or like stuff that's liquid. If it's like, the what Kobe that I movie, the '96, was it
best.
Topps Chrome or was
I
it?
think best
Okay,
PSA
fine. That's
10.
like a $4 card, and I have a price,
Yep.
and don't have a sticker, but I say, oh, it's like 450. All right, he's a little high, but he's reasonable. I tell you, $600. Like, not gonna deal with you today, sir.
I asked a guy about a Luca Silver 9.5. You know what those go for?
Don't Prism 10s do 16 to $1,700 right now?
The silver?
Yeah.
The silver's like 13 to 14, so BGS
Okay.
9.5. I don't know, like $800.
Yeah.
So I asked him how much? A 1,700. I'm like, all right, it's
All right. Well,
enough of this
this is
guy.
not
You know
happening
what I
today.
mean? Yeah. So that's but when I asked that, he thought, and I guarantee you, the thought that went through his head is, what did I pay, and how much am I willing to lose? Okay, willing to lose 50%. All right, I paid 35. Oh, 1,700, sir. That was the
Please,
thought flowing through
please
his
help me
head.
out of this hole. I'm
Yeah.
in financial
Uh-huh.
ruin. Some ugly notes, and this is we're not going in exact order, but like this is relevant. In my opinion, the race to the bottom on quarterbacks is here. I was shit posting about this today as well. There's so many quarterbacks with questionable arm talent out there, and I'm really worried about what's going to happen to these people who are buying all these guys. Like,
Yeah.
and I wrote a list
It's
of this
gonna be
before.
bad.
I'm allowed to talk shit now about these quarterbacks. Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Sam Howell,
Hey,
Mac
Justin
Jones, Trey
Fields.
Lance, Danny Dimes,
Bears fan.
Desmond Ritter,
You
Kenny
can't be
Pickett,
talking about Justin Fields.
and Kyle Trask. That's what 10 quarterbacks right there who I can talk shit
Yeah.
about now because I have no money,
And like
no money
probably like
in
not eight of them will be not a starter in like 4 years. Like
probably yeah. The issue with this is this is a race to the bottom. As my computer seems to turn off. Hey Joey, can you still hear me?
you can still hear you. Yeah.
That
I
was
think
weird.
it's just a screen.
That was weird.
But there
Anyway,
are some of those quarterbacks are okay,
I'm
but like
getting
about half of them
silenced.
won't be starters.
My
Half
computer
of
is
them
trying
won't
to
be
silence
starters.
me.
It's like no, it actually, you know what it is? It has too much money in Justin Fields. That's what
My
it is.
computer, yeah,
Your computer's got a lot of money. It's like we got
he
to stop this guy.
you know,
Stop
a
talking
sports
right
card
now.
investor, he really needs to. They're gonna just AI me and like change what I say.
Hmm.
The point is, the race to the bottom of quarterbacks is here. You had the most important show this year, the National. If you moved your items and took your guaranteed profit, congratulations. I think you did well. If you really want to buy back those guys, buy back in like week 4, week 6. Like, there's going to be an opportunity to buy once again, no matter how the player is performing. If Justin Fields is incredible, his prices will obviously be up. But if the Bears are 1-5, kind of balances out. Like,
You're gonna get like a 50% hit on that.
I don't think you'll get a 50% hit. What I would say though,
Depends what you buy, I guess. You're right.
depends on what you buy. Obviously, I can tell you right now what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until week 10, week 12. I'm going to buy quarterbacks who are in playoff position. I'm going to buy Mahomes, Allen, Herbert. I'm probably not going to buy Jalen Hurts because fuck the Eagles. I'm a Giants fan. But I'll buy quarterbacks who are likely going to be in the playoff hunt because their prices, regardless, are going to be down. And if Sam Howell ends up actually being pretty good, maybe I'll buy Sam Howell or two. It won't matter. Prices are going to be down anyway. It's a discount. I'll just wait. If you have patience, you win. Like, no matter who the quarterback is, their price will eventually come down. Mahomes' prices eventually came down to normal levels. Sure, it took a couple of years and a recession. His prices came down to normal-ish levels. And that's the fucking one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen play. Like, come on.
2 or 3 will be top 2 or 3, if not already.
I mean, it'll depend on how he ages, but yeah, Mahomes is likely a Hall of Famer already if he just stopped playing. So, it's like, shit, might as well just fucking be patient at this point.
He could have that deal with like Brady, where Brady had said 3 Hall of Fame careers. Mahomes could definitely have 2. If you start now, he might still be Hall of Fame.
I don't know I don't even know if we've seen Mahomes' best season yet. I'll just throw it out there. It's very possible.
Really difficult to beat that 18 season. He has 52. With a 17-game season, if you extrapolate what he did that year, he had like 5,800 yards and like 55 touchdowns.
Once again,
that's going to be so hard to beat.
I think it's possible that Mahomes could have a better season in his career.
Yeah.
This is not the podcast.
It's possible that he has that just. I was actually talking about this like a few weeks ago. I don't think it was with you either, where he could have it in him like 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns, like insane season.
Yeah, I mean, once again, with 17 games, anything can happen, or like his efficiency is just off the charts, or he leads his team to like a 16-1 record. It doesn't matter. And best season may not be the best stats, but like it might be just a clean sweep of MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl MVP, all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which he did not do it in 2018 because he didn't win the Super Bowl, but he did get All-Pro, MVP, and Offensive Player of the Year. So he did it basically there.
He was a D Ford offsides from probably winning the Super Bowl because the Rams scored 10 points.
Oh yeah, that was that year. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Like that's very, very close. Not his fault at all either.
No. What else was ugly? Oh, this was weird. I noticed this as well. I'm with very little baseball at the show. Baseball just did not.
Honestly, hold on. I mean, if I just go through my pickups box, and what sport everything is, yeah, I mean, it's going to be like basketball, football, basketball, football, basketball, football. I'm just going in order of baseball. Here's a few: baseball, hockey, football, basketball, football. I mean,
so
it's like, yeah, there's like nothing. There's
now,
like 2 things.
I got a couple of baseball cards, which are kind of cool, only because I deal for whatever. One of them, which I really enjoy as a Yankee fan, it's kind of a show. That's Alfonso Soriano.
Okay.
Game
we
one
traded him to you guys, and he started playing good after we paid his whole contract.
True. Little Pete Alonso, let's fucking go Mets inscription. Even as a Yankee fan, it's still cool. It's gonna move here in New Jersey. I like it. DeGrom button. It's kind of cool. It's like $100 card. The main baseball pickup, which I really enjoy. It's not a rookie, but it's second year. Mike Trout, NT game
That's
one.
nice. NT. PSA
Yeah.
10.
It's a PSA 710 auto. It's number 25.
710.
But
that's the second year he has a. Does he have a rookie NT?
No, so it's rookie of the year, so it's second year of him. But
I see.
Game used gold, like it'll sell. It's like a 15 to 18.
By far my best baseball pick.
Oh, that's sick! But that's the thing too. It's a Ty Cobb. Like it's not Pete Crow Armstrong. It's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did actually. I get that PCA. You're right.
Yeah.
I got a Tatis blue from Dan, and then I moved it to Meeks. That was like the biggest baseball card.
Meeks is such a nice guy.
Yeah, Meeks was awesome. I was just hanging around, but I probably of the 25 hours I spent at the show, I might have spent like a fourth of it at Meeks' table, just because like there were so many dealers. Like I was saying that I made like 1/3 of my total value transacted on the show floor, and if you exclude sold too early members and repeat buyers, it's like 10%.
Damn. But that's the thing too, is that like we obviously have a good core and sold too early. I know that like obviously there's obviously clicks in our chat, which is fucking expected. Like it's kind of cool. Like yeah, the people who are in California like are better friends with people in California than like me in New Jersey because I live in cold most of the time. Or like-minded individuals like Mikey and I are actually I think friends. Like even outside of cards. Lucas is so fucking funny as well. Lucas is the easiest person to like tease a little bit about because like all you have to do is just walk up and say, I'm so fucking rich. Look at me. Look at all my money. Just throw your stuff.
The thing I noticed in the chat, we're always like, Lucas, you're rich. You're rich.
But Lucas does that on purpose to himself. So I just like really go in there and like, man, Lucas is so fucking wealthy. And just tease him.
Love it.
Listen, but that's like what happens, and even in like a group chat that like has evolved and like offered. I can only speak for myself. The opportunities that Sold Too Early has offered me, incredible. The connections that we made through it, the people I've been able to talk to. This fucking podcast even has the name of it. Like it's been amazing. Through thick and thin, we managed to not kill each other mostly, so it's fun. And speaking of not killing each other, the AC, as mentioned, made me want to die. It was fucking terrible.
Horrible.
It was really bad. Oh, and what also was really bad, what a segue for this. Dude, there were some influencers who were apparently all over like the national. I've never fucking heard of most of these people. Where did they come from?
I mean, I heard of some of them, but there were also some. They're like they got their blue check and they're talking with like Ken Golden. I'm like, who are you?
I'm not going to name any names because that's not really fair. But there were several people who were doing like high-end interviews. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Where did you? What?
Like, do you own a card? Like, what's going on?
What is your name? Where have you been? How many followers did you buy? Why did you buy the blue check mark? I have several questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, dude.
Stuff that happens.
I've outwardly debated like becoming an influencer just to openly mock it. Like, if I applied myself to being an influencer, I could do it so easily because even as a teenager, bro, I had a fucking YouTube channel with 40,000 subscribers playing Pokemon. I could easily fucking like do my stupid little shenanigans. My Instagram is 21,000 followers. I don't give a fuck about social media, but I'm good at what I do. I could easily do it. And I would just mock them. I really debate it, but I think that the sarcasm would get lost on people, which makes me worried.
I also feel like there's kind of a point where you become like an influencer by default. It's like
I did that yesterday with fucking NPB baseball. How?
If you're Josh Allen, like if you do something, it's gonna stick. Like if you're Patrick Mahomes, like there comes a point, like if you're a card collector too, if you're Ryan, even if he wasn't like trying to like make content, he would be an influencer just because he's so big.
I bought Japanese
you were pumping
baseball.
NPB baseball.
I bought Japanese baseball yesterday, and I had sick 4 boxes, and I was posting about it, and 5 orders sold. For reference, I'm going to pull it up now, because first off, I'm pissed. I wanted to buy more. What a bunch of assholes we got here. Oh, I can buy some more. Nice. I'm going to buy it after this podcast. Fuck everyone. Nice.
Oh, they can't. They're not going to see it till like tomorrow or whatever. So
no. I'm buying more of this shit. Let me share my screen. I'm not gonna buy it at this moment, but after this podcast, I'm gonna do it.
Is it like a 4-box lot that was like $150?
Yep, literally available again.
Is that like a good price too?
It really is, because like even after fees and shipping, it's like $45 a box. Look at these sales.
What do they do?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
There's the pump.
So here's the pump, obviously. So yesterday, 123 and 131 were me. I bought those. I posted about it on Instagram. Fucking 4 orders sold yesterday besides me. Look how many orders sold in general. We have told May on this sheet, and a lot of them are me. I bought a lot of them.
Wow, is that really cheap?
Yeah. It's fun as fuck to rip.
That's $400 worth of box.
No, it's not.
Or like, because they do 80 a pop. I'm looking right now.
Shut up, Joey. This is not a pump and dump of NPB baseball. Leave me alone.
You can mute that part. Oh no, I accidentally said something racist. Can you mute that, please? Oh no.
Joey, you're the least offensive person I know, which is why it's funny that we're friends, because I am very offensive.
I don't care.
I want to buy more after this podcast. Thank God for that. I did not realize.
Here comes the pump.
Here comes the pump. Exactly.
I'm gonna have 8 you have to post again.
I have 8 boxes.
Can you make an affiliate link? Could you make an affiliate link on StockX?
I don't think that's how that works.
Be rich. No, maybe not.
Shut up. I just want to buy my Japanese baseball.
That'd be free money.
I don't care. Dude, people are gonna open that product and be like, "What the fuck is this shit? How do I know who's good?"
Like, who are the
pictures?
You what?
I know who's good in the league and like who's in MLB, but honestly, I don't read the names. I look at the pictures because I know who's who.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because a lot of it's not in English. What was that
super fractor you pulled?
I don't know what that guy is.
Is that like a $50 or $100 card, or?
I think it's. Hang on. I actually got it on my desk. I actually think it's worth more than that.
Really interesting.
I mean, it's still a super fractor. I looked him up before. Hang on. Let's see how much of an influencer I am. Let's Google this guy's name. Give me 2 seconds. So his name is Kotaro Komori. Kotamo Komori. KOHTARO KOMORI. I think I said that kind of right. I Googled him before. He's not bad.
As soon as this podcast drops, every base rookie bin under $5 on eBay
I
gets hit the
don't
next
think there's
hour.
any on eBay. That's the funny thing.
There's no. Is it like? Is a base rookie? They don't do that stuff.
No, they
For
do.
on eBay.
By the way, welcome to the Sold Too Early NPB Baseball Podcast. This is the guy. He's not bad.
I was born 2 months before this guy.
He's
I was
20
born in
years old.
February of 03.
20 years old playing shortstop. He's 5'7", so he's kind of a little guy. But even still,
He's 5 years younger than the average player, and looks like he's about average this year. Is there like an OPS plus stat? What's the average NPB OPS? 709 is like about MLB average, slightly under, but he's 20.
Exactly. Anyway, so if I eBay him. By the way, I like how we go from Patrick Mahomes to Japanese baseball. What up?
Also, there are not going to be any big trade deadline moves. The deadline's in 3 minutes, or they might come in after.
I don't know. So here's a gold if I'm available for $25. It's definitely more than $100 for the super.
That's a paper.
That is a paper as well. Oh, thank you for reminding me of that. So the paper for it. By the way, hey, welcome to the Pumping Podcast. Like Sasaki, who is the main draw in NPB, which is what I want. By the way, technically his first Bowman. It doesn't say first Bowman, but he wasn't in 2021 Bowman. So technically his first Bowman, but not actually. But it's stupid. The paper does like $8. The Bowman Chrome does like 20, and the box is $45.
Oh yeah, and like it's a good chance you get one.
There's a chance you get several.
Really?
Welcome to the Pumping Podcast again. Hello, guys. Welcome to the national recap and also Japanese baseball with David.
Can I pump Jason Hayward? Or does that not work?
He's still in the league.
He's still in the league. That's true. He's still in the league. Although I don't want to pump Jason Hayward. I want to keep buying his stuff.
I want to keep buying fucking NPB. Everyone leave me alone. $20, $8.
Wow. That's really good for $200.
I mean, it was best offer accepted, so I think it was like $100.
Oh, but start fishing out your papers then. That's a bulk sub. You had to have gotten it. Are they already in card savers? Oh, that's a sub.
This is like 90% Japanese baseball.
You're gonna rip wax and make money? Is that allowed?
Somehow. I mean, besides Sasaki, Paper, and Bowman, there is Marku. Oh my god, I can't say names. The guy in the Red Sox. And Yoshida. Wait, Yoshida's on the Red Sox. Who is
Yoshida's in this set? Masataka Yoshida?
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good card. I think I was looking. He's Rookie of the Year favorite somehow. I thought Young would be for sure. The Red Sox are piping hot though. They were terrible. They were like 10 games under 500 a month or two ago.
Is Murakami in the league? Oh no, he's gonna transfer over.
He's in Japan still.
Yeah, he's gonna transfer over.
But he's really good, right?
That's why I remember. He had 56 home runs last year. Now I know why I like him.
56 home runs. Man, that's a lot of home runs.
But yeah, there's Murakami. There is Yoshida. There's a guy in the A's. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Anyway, hey, welcome to the Pumping Podcast. It's David here. Remember how we were talking about the National? We spent 5 minutes on Japanese baseball.
We talked about the National?
We did.
Are you sure?
I think so. I think we got there.
How'd that happen? How'd that come
I don't know. Oh, what a fucking segue. I posted about this on Instagram. Influencers. Oh, hey, this asshole now. Obviously, it's just tough. Like, there were so many camera crews. There's so much, like, cringy stuff being produced and filmed over the last couple days. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just old. Or I just don't care. Like, it just, I don't know, it's just annoying.
Like, I don't mind cameras as long as they're not being shoved in my face.
Sir, are you telling me you don't want to be in this pack war battle?
I don't want you to shove a camera on my face and say that you have a $20 card. You need to trade it for a $30 card, and if I want to make a donation to your,
I did not see any kids doing trade up challenges this time.
Well, yeah, the kids doing trade up challenges. That's like a kind of like a early stage hobby activity. and the national is more of a later stage hobby activity. So like I think to overlap is like when I go to my local show, whenever a kid comes up and hands me a card that's like less than $10, I say, "So are you doing a trade up challenge?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm right 80% of the time. I can smell that out.
Also, Joey, I just bought the 4 boxes of NPB.
You bought 4 boxes of NPB?
I have 12 boxes coming in now. I'm so happy.
12. Hold on. Should I try to put in like a bid?
No, Joey, fuck off. I want them all, asshole.
I have to put in a bid. I can put in a bid for $200 and start pumping.
No, shut up. Oh, can I have more? Oh shit.
They have more?
They have more.
Oh,
I need them all.
I want some.
No,
says,
Joey, this is how pumps
there's 20. They have 20 left.
What the fuck?
They have 5 lots. They have 5 lots of 5 lots of 4.
Okay, so it's 20 boxes. Joey,
this is how
I'll pump.
I'm gonna buy some after this. Are you gonna buy some so I know I can leave?
I just bought 4 more boxes.
You don't want 20. You don't want 32.
I'll think about it. The funny thing is too.
I think I'm gonna try like 8.
Oh my god! Stop! This is how pump and dump.
Don't buy it, guys.
God, shut up.
Cups Collector 22 stamp of approval up to $200.
What's funny is that I sold a Jalen Hurts Silver Prism for $200. They got paid for during the podcast, so that basically paid for.
It's free.
Boxes. What
are the fees? Free. Is it like 190 or 180 after fees on those boxes?
I'm all in 180, so it's 45.
Oh yeah, that's nothing. Yeah. Are they? I don't know. Like if you brought them to a show, would you take $60 cash for them, or would you want to open them still? Like, are they that good?
Good question. $60 doesn't. Oh, wow, what a dickhead thing I'm about to say. $60 doesn't do enough for me.
Yeah, I mean,
what an asshole thing to say, man. I'm such a.
It's normal. Like to me, like a lot of people are like really concerned about like what they paid and like to what they sell for. To me, it's not even what I paid. It's just what it's worth. I compare to what it's worth, not what I paid. If I'm 80% underwater on a Lucas Silver 10 and I'm comparing it to what I paid, I'll just never sell it. The money will sit there forever and it'll never get any kind of compounding. Even like put it in the stock market, put it in crypto, put it in cards, put it in even NFTs. Who cares? Put it in anything other than this like dead investment that's down 80%. Like.
So, Joey, what you're telling me is that not only should we buy NPB, we should also pump crypto.
Yes. How about some, what's some garbage coin?
I'm buying Shiba Inu and I'm paying for it with
I was thinking Pepe.
Pepe also works, Joey. All right, cool. So we're gonna go pump that up. We're really.
All right. What time does this drop? This episode. Make sure to buy like 5 minutes before.
This drops 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Oh, okay. So Kai misses the actual pump and dump of the Soul Tour podcast.
I'm thinking 4:30 Central. We buy something like that.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure
that should work. Okay, sounds good. The people at the bank. Deadline passed. Anything happen? Yankees. Who's the Yankees? Who's Keenan Middleton?
I don't know.
The Orioles got Jack Flaherty. Yeah, the Yankees traded for Keenan Middleton. He has a 3.96 ERA at the White Sox this year. He's like a middle reliever.
That sounds like such a weird. Fuck, God, we suck. All right, let's wrap it up there. Joey, anything else to add? Anything not pumping Japanese baseball or in general that you want to talk about?
Not really. I was just thinking about the show. It was a fantastic show. It exceeded expectations. And honestly, I thought it was going to be a bust Friday morning. I thought it was going to be a bust because it was terrible the first 2 days.
Oh, interesting. It exceeded my expectations fully. It made me realize how important sports cars are to everyone. It is crazy that we have a world where 100,000 people wanted to spend multiple hours in a confined room that smelled like gas with no air conditioning, trading pictures or selling pictures of guys on cardboard to other guys, mostly guys, pretty much only guys. And we do it because we love it. And looking forward to the future. I can't believe Burbank is so close. I can't believe it's back to back with Dallas. I'm going to be attending and vending at both shows. And I am really grateful that we have EJ available to us. And who wants to talk about it next week. So, Joey, while you will not be here, you will be replaced by hopefully Kai and hopefully EJ as well.
Did EJ like run Burbank?
He doesn't run Burbank, but he's like the media side of it. So like anything you see,
so he's really involved.
He's super involved. I think
highly credible source.
I don't know EJ's exact title, so forgive me, EJ, if you hear this part. I don't know what your title is. I think you're just I think you're event director. I think that's I think that actually is the title.
That's up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's either media director or like event director.
Like I was telling people at check out my cards. I was dropping off cards. There's like the National up here. Where is this? Up here, and then Burbank, and then Dallas, and then a Cliff for the next show. For like quality.
It's true. I mean, honestly, after National, Dallas, and Burbank, not in that order, obviously, but the next major show is the Spectacular in Chicago. It's the Denver show. It's Culture Collision. It's Nashville, Chantilly, East Coast National, like the San Diego show, which name I'm forgetting. It really is a big three right now of major shows.
Yeah, like even like quality, like in general, not even like chronologically. I think the next so Dallas, if you say is the third best show, the fourth best show is a lot worse.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think because those are the three shows where you go there knowing it's gonna be worth it. You have no doubt in your mind.
Versus dude, I love the Dallas show. I really do. Yeah. Dallas is my favorite spot to go to set up. Chicago is much easier, but Dallas is my favorite spot to go to because I know every time I walk in that door, it's a B+ A- show, no matter what I do.
Like if you go to a 150 table like show that's like a couple hours away, it may or may not be good. If you go to Dallas, it will be good, guaranteed. Just a question if it'll be great.
Yeah, and you know, last time was great, and I'm excited to see how it is 5 or 6 weeks from now. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's scary.
I don't know if I can get to that. I'll try to get to like more shows, but I'm in my last year of school, so I might just want to do that.
But Kai and Joker are staying up with me in Dallas next month.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, so I have a ton of nice stuff. Oh, dude, I love him. Joku is the funniest person in sports cards because he is just as offensive as I am and cares less about being like correct. So we will probably.
I don't think I've ever talked to him.
Joku is
Joku's
a very nice guy. I recommend reaching out to him. He's just a good dude. A little sarcastic, but like actually has good intentions. Okay. All right. Well, I'm done. I'm done gushing over my friends. I'm gonna go buy more Japanese baseball. So.
All right. I think that's gonna be my extracurricular too. And I think there's more than 5. I think there's more than 5 lots because I was looking before and it said 1 lot left, and you bought it and then went to 5. So I think it might just be an artificial scarcity thing. I think there might be like 100.
Nice. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep buying them.
Your PSA sub's gonna be like up to the ceiling.
It literally is going to be $19 a pop. I'm not gonna grade all of them probably, but
yeah. What is that? Is that 4 boxes worth of cards that are possibly
going to grade? No, this is probably like 16 to 20 boxes of stuff.
16 NPB boxes?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you're like every buy.
Yeah, I'm on them. But also to be fair, wow. I have an entire consignment box of DC Sports that's basically all NPB. Like numbered stuff and stuff like that. It's a medium priority box. It's playful.
That's pretty cool. That's a lot.
I'll see what happens. I don't know. It's gonna fucking sell. We're gonna find out about 2 weeks ish.
So we're gonna go like over under 9.5 lots that sell, but between 6 Eastern and midnight tomorrow.
I don't know at all.
I might take the over actually.
Joey. You know what? I'm ending this podcast here. Thank you guys for watching or listening.
You just stop talking.
This was the national podcast that somehow turned into the international podcast with Japanese baseball. I will see you guys next week when hopefully I can still afford to buy my little guilty pleasure. See you guys then.
See ya.